Hey everybody, welcome back. What I have today is an Ibanez Phaser PH5 Phaser. This is part of the Soundtank series. Okay, and the problem with this is sometimes it turns on, sometimes it doesn't. So I think it may be a problem with the switch inside here, but we'll have to see. So let's plug it in, and I'm using a center negative adapter. Okay, and let's see if it turns on. Yep. See how it went on and off? See how it goes on and off. Sometimes it stays on. Sometimes, yeah, see? Now it stayed on, okay? And now it's off. But it doesn't always go on. Now it's on, okay? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take it apart and see what's wrong. It could be the switch. It's most likely the switch. These use a cheap plastic switch. As a matter of fact, this whole thing is plastic, okay? And the bottom is actually metal, but the rest of it is plastic. And I don't know, I just don't like plastic guitar pedals, but whatever. It does sound pretty good though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug something in and make sure it works before I look at the switch. All right, I got a guitar plugged into it. Okay, and it's going to my amp. And let's see if we can get it to turn on. Oh, that was easy. First try. All right, this is speed, depth, and feedback. All right, so it does work. Okay, but the switching is messed up, so we're going to take it apart and see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. It's most likely it's the switch, but we'll check it out. All right, let's take this apart. This is where the battery goes, so you just squeeze and pull like that, okay? These knobs, they just pull right out. And yeah, there's a little washer in there. You got to watch it so you don't lose it. Okay, see that comes out, and then you have this little washer in there. All right, let's see if we can get this washer thing out. It's not coming out. There it is. Yeah, so you can make sure you take these out because you might lose them. So, all right, let's see if we can get these out. Okay. All right, that's out. And I believe the middle one is missing. Yeah, actually, I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like the middle one was missing. There's no little washer in there. So, all right, that's fine. Now we gotta take the screws off the back. Let's do that. Okay. So let's see. This goes like that, and the back plate is metal. Okay, and it looks like they're using it as a shield, and they're tying it to the ground through this metal piece here. And one of the screws that goes in here is one of these is this screw actually right here. So that's how they're shielding this. Let's see. Let's take this out, and let's get to the switch so we can see what's going on. Let's see here. There we go. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So, see what I was talking about? You see these little switches here? See that little thing? really cheap switch there. And then this, that's what actually hits the switch. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, the switch could be broken. We'll have to test it. So let's test the switch really quick. All right, guys, let's see if we have continuity on this switch. So here's the switch right here, okay? And this is the switch. And I'm going to go in the back. And it's from here to here, okay? So I'm going to check for continuity while I push the button. And we'll see if the switch is working. All right, I'm going to push the button. And it's working. I'm going to push it again. It works. Push it again. Yeah, it works. So the switch is working, so that's not the problem. Let's see if this is a problem here. Okay, this seems to be okay. It's not cracked or anything. So let's see here. So there's probably a problem with the switching circuit. All right, now let me see if there's any bad solder joints here. Let's see. No, it looks okay. I don't see anything bad anywhere. Okay. So that looks fine. All right, so the way this switch here works is when you push this button to turn it on, this op amp is what buffers the output right here. And there's a JFET right here, okay? And what happens is when you turn it on, the JFET turns on and it allows the wet signal to go through to the op amp, to the output. When you push it again, it turns the JFET off and blocks the wet signal, okay? Now, the way that happens is this area right here, these two transistors, toggle back and forth. So when you push it, this one conducts, okay, or this one, depending on which one was on previously. Let's say it's this one. This one conducts, turns on the JFET, lets the output through, okay? When you push the button again, this one gets blocked and this one conducts and turns off the JFET, okay? And the output doesn't get through. So these two transistors toggle, okay, every time you push this, and that's what controls the output and turns on the red LED that indicates that this is on. Okay, this type of circuit is the same circuit that Boss pedals use for switching on and off, and Boss has been using this for years, okay, and so has Ibanez. So there could be an issue with these two transistors, okay. So let's check those really quick. All right, so I'm in diode mode, and let's test these transistors here. See if they're still good. Okay, so we have 0.704, and base collector is 0.7. So base emitter 0.704, and base collector 0.7. So that one's good. Let's check this one. Let's see if I can get in here. 0.704, 0.7, same thing. So these two transistors are good, okay? These ones here, let me try to get this so you can see it. These right here, they're painted with green paint on top. Okay, those are JFETs. Those are part of the phase shifting circuit, okay? And so are these two op amps. So this basically, this has a 4 phase shifts, so each one 90 degrees. So that's why there's 4. So basically, if you know anything about phasers, it produces 2 notches. This is similar to the MXR phase 90, okay? It works the same way. And that's why they're green, to indicate that they're part of the phasing stage. Anyway, getting back to these are good. So there could be an issue with this JFET that switches on and off. All right, I'm going to try something else. This switch right here goes into this resistor, and then that goes to this capacitor and into ground. This capacitor is a 1 nanofarad capacitor. And what happens is the switch gets older, it starts bouncing. And this is to prevent bounce, okay? But on the boss circuits, this is a 10 nanofarad capacitor. So I think that's what's happening. The switch is bouncing too much and it's never turning on. And if it does, it turns off right away. So I'm going to change this capacitor to a 10 nanofarad. I may even put a 47 nanofarad in there just to see what happens. And let's try that first and see if that fixes it. If that doesn't fix it, then we'll look into how this makes contact with that. All right, I'm going to go with a 100 nanofarad because that's all I have, and should be fine. So let's take this one out. All right, 100 nanofarad capacitor is in. I'm going to put it back together inside the case, and let's try it out and see if that did anything. All right, I got everything back together, and let's see if it works. There you go. It's working. It goes on when you push it, shuts off when you push it. So that was it. That capacitor needed to be replaced. So that's a common problem with these, that 1 nanofarad capacitor is too small and the switch starts bouncing. So right now I have a 100 nanofarad capacitor in there. That should be fine. But you can go lower if you want than 100 nanofarad. You can go 47 or even 10. Should probably work. But yeah, that's it. That fixed the problem.